Hey guys, look at this. This is the Halloween pumpkin tray with the spooky house inside. So this mold is from MoldsandShapes. It's the L-size tray mold and I'm quite excited pouring it. And I'm just starting with the spooky house inside. So I'm mixing my resin and I'm using here the new Pigment Drops from Etter Art. And I use the color black. And I thought I put a little bit of the interference violet. This is a mica from Petra Jungblut. I just put it to my black so that there's a hint of this black color, which gives it a little bit the spooky shine, the black-purple mixture. And I'm just starting pouring into the house. Yeah, I give it a good stir. Like I said, this mold is from MoldsandShapes. They have a whole bunch of Halloween-inspired molds, and you just need to have a look. I link MoldsandShapes, the same like Etter Art, into my description box. There you have the promo codes. And I will also link Laura's Art Corner because I will be using her Psycho Gold later. So I poured a little bit of resin into my beds because there are also beds in this design. And I just let the resin flow a little bit before I do any more because those engravings, they are not very deep. So you need to be careful not to overfill. And I'm just pouring, as you can see, sections of my mold. And also try not to overfill. So I'm just going with this color wherever I think it will suit. And then I start later on mixing a little bit of the Psycho Gold in there. But first I will spread out the resin a little bit where it's not spreading by itself. So I'm using my dotting tool and yeah, you see what I'm doing. I just fast forwarded this a little bit. Otherwise, we are just, you are just watching a video for over an hour or something and this will be boring. So I'm just spreading out the first color how I needed to have it. And then I mixed a little bit more from the same color sheen. But I also mixed, like I said earlier, the Psycho Gold from Laura's Art Corner into my resin. Because I wanted to have the top of the house, like the roof, the triangle roofs, I wanted them to have this little gold sheen. And maybe that the gold runs into the other resin, which is already poured. So I thought this might be a nice highlight for the roof. And then I needed to mix some green because around the pumpkin there's little engravings and also at the stem. So I mixed like yellow and blue to get a green. Then I was not satisfied with the green. I used some white and later also some black because I wanted it to be a little bit of a dirty green, a little bit darker, but a dirty design of green. So as you see, I'm just pouring it around the edges. This is not easy because you really need to get the engravings all, but then I used the dotting tool and later on I cleaned the leftovers with a tape, which was very good. And you saw maybe earlier that I dropped a little bit of white into the house and I thought, what can I do? There's this drop. So I just stirred it a little bit and you will see later. But anyway, this is now the next step. My first layer is cured and I want to use some neon colors. They are also from Etter Art and I use the color yellow and the grape. So I want the windows to be in the yellow and then the door, and the upper parts, 2 upper parts in the purple. I thought this would be a nice highlight for the house, for the spooky house. And yeah, just need to wait and see how it goes. So that's my second layer, or in fact it's also still the first layer, but I waited till the black or the black purplish color was cured. And now there's coming the third step, and I want to pour the pumpkin itself. So I'm using the Ultracast Resin here, and I'm pouring the clear around the edge. The Ultracast Resin is also from Etter Art. Like I said, I link everything into my description box. Then I discovered from Stefanie Etter this golden caramel, and it's a fantastic color. I love this. It's such a beautiful brown tone. And I thought to use this, and I'm pouring this around my pumpkin as well, on top of my clear. It's a mica. And then I'm using also this wonderful orange tone, also from Etter. And I'm pouring on top of my caramel tone. And then I'm taking my clear resin and I'm just pushing the colors out, because I thought a nice crackle effect at the edges and the web effect towards the center would be fantastic. And to help the micas, I also mixed some of the pigment drops. You see them there in the corner. I've used white, pink, and yellow till I had a nice orange tone, which I liked. And now I'm pouring this on top of my mica. I'm pouring this from rather up high, as you can see. And then I'm altering later on also still the other colors, the micas. I'm also helping it a little bit with my heat gun, because there were also air bubbles still on top of my resin. So you can activate it, but I'm always very careful using the heat gun. I'm never overblowing. I'm just very gently, using the heat gun. And here's again the caramel tone, then the orange tone till my cups are empty. And then still the mixture with the pigment drops. So I'm really hoping that, there will be a nice web effect that really looks like the inner of a pumpkin, because I thought the web effect would be a fantastic background, also to give the piece a lot of depth. So again, I'm using the heat gun very gently, also on a low step, because I don't want to burn my resin or to burn my mold. But anyway, unfortunately the time lapse didn't film, but this is how it's looking after half an hour. It really pulled through the center and it looks like pumpkin, I think. So I'm quite curious when I can demold it. And I'm also liking the shades, the shades of the different tones. It's like a real pumpkin. But anyway, this is the next day. I can demold. It's about almost 24 hours later. And I'm so curious about it. But you see, it's quite a big tray. Yeah, it pops out easily out of the mold, but please always be careful, because there are the engravings, and don't pull too hard. It doesn't make any sense, even though the molds are from very high quality, and they can, I guess they can stand a lot of things, but well, anyway. Yeah, I don't know where to touch first, but I get it out. And look at that. I'm very happy. I'm not happy about the white spot, but then I thought, this is smoke. Just say this is smoke and it's done on purpose. But as you can guess, I was a little bit annoyed with the white spot, but I'm glad that I stirred it a little bit. Otherwise there would have been just a white blob. But it's like a little bit misty, and anyway, this is the final result and I really love the effects. And I think it looks very Halloween inspired. So yeah, with this I love and leave you, and thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. Take care and bye bye.